TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry, leave me a message.
I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
Hello, and welcome to Bedroom Chronicles. My name is Mercury Risings, and we're going to talk about my new book, Men in My Bed. Men in My Bed consists of a group of stories started from childhood into adulthood. Adulthood is the most juiciest part. It talks about my relationships from my mid-30s to where I'm at today. It was a very interesting journey because I had some very traumatic events that happened to me in my childhood that made my adulthood relationships a little off keel, I'll say. So if you have already bought the book, Men in My Bed, True Love is Hard to Find, Bedroom Chronicles, please feel free to call in if you have any questions that you would like to ask me concerning the book or about any character in the book. I have 4 main characters. Doc is the juiciest, hottest one. And we have Jimmy. Well, she was coming a close second. And then we have, I think it might be the ex-husband. So please feel free to call in and we can talk about the men in my bed. So I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Grew up in rural South Carolina, Ridgeland, Beaufort. Went to a local high school. Then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 1990. And it's been here ever since. So my relationships has been pretty stormy, I guess you would say. I guess I could say pretty stormy. Rough rides. I learned a lot of lessons from the men that's been in my life. So now I'm just going to take my time and love myself and wait on the next good guy to come along. So it's going to be a little difficult talking about Men in My Bed because it was really difficult to write as well. It's an emotional roller coaster. From the time I was 5 years old up until my 30s and I'll say up until March of this year. So that's definitely a long roller coaster ride. When I was younger, it was easy to let go and get off the ride. But when I got into my early 40s, then it was like relationships I'll stay around a little while longer with the hopes of it working out. And they did not. So it's a journey and down a long, dusty road. But I do believe that what I want is right around the corner. And because I feel that at this time in my life, it's my time. So I'm just going to chunk all of those relationships up. And I wouldn't say they were bad relationships. They were lessons. And the lessons taught me what I don't want. It took a long time for me to get there, but because the last 3 relationships over the last probably 6 years were basically a repeat of the same thing. And I don't want that. I don't want to repeat anymore. So I asked the good Lord, just keep what's not for me and what you don't want me to have away from me. Because I don't want to go through the pain that I went through for the last 6 years. So it's not easy. And I'm the type of person that I hold everything on the inside. So you're not going to know that you said something that hurt my feelings or you did something that hurt my feelings. And I'm not the type of person that's going to argue and fuss with you. I'm going to let you be you. And then I give everything, when it comes to my relationships, I give everything more than 100% chance of trying to work. I give my double best. And I think that probably was part of the problem, that I just gave too much. So now I'm gonna give to me. So please go out and get Men in My Bed, True Love is Hard to Find, Bedroom Chronicles by Mercury Rises. Get it from Amazon. 3 to 5 days delivery. So it's going to be an interesting 1 hour. And let's see what else I can tell you. I don't want to give away too much because I want you to go buy the book. So you're going to find out that the traumatic events were related to rape and incest. And those years, all of that occurred between 5 and 12. The book, when you buy the book and you read it, it'll tell you what I learned to do by the time I was 7 years old. But I'm not going to tell you, you're going to have to read it. Let's see. Now, grandparents and parents, my family was basically all women. There was actually 3 men, 2 uncles and a granddad. But when we moved from New York to South Carolina, it was just basically the women. So there's my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother. And my great-grandmother, loved her dearly. We had the best relationship. We lived off the land. She planted everything. She raised her chickens and her pigs and hogs. And of course, me and my sister, we would get in the pig pen and ride them. That wasn't a good day. Because we didn't have inside water, we only had outside water. But it was fun. Nothing like playing and slop with a bunch of hogs. So we climbed trees and skinned the cat. We have on our patent leather shoes and our lacy socks and our dress with the can slip under it, hanging upside down in the tree, because that's called skinning the cat, when your dress come down over your head. Or my great-grandmother, we would have done something that was bad, and she wanted to whip us, so we would get on the porch, climb up the tree, and get on top of the tin roof. Then we would watch her just call for us, but we don't answer. So during that time, it was just me and one sister. But those were good times. She allowed us to go hunting with her in the Muncie Poe graveyard, which was huge, miles. And we had our little rifle. Actually, we had a rifle like the rifleman. You had to pull it and cock it and whatever. I don't even remember whether we had bullets in it or not, or shells in it, but we hunt for rabbits, basically, and squirrels, and other hunting people would come through with deers and just give her some deer meat, but I didn't care too much for those animals, to eat them anyway. We went crabbing and fishing under the bridge off the railroad track, which I love that. So we had our own special handmade fishing nets, and our fishing rod was a string, very thick string with a piece of neck bone tied on the end just for the crab to bite on it. Then you just take the dip net and grab it up and pull it in. Nothing special. Or you had a long stick with a string on the end. You did the same thing for the fish. So it was fun. We planted a lot of vegetables. Okay, we'll be right back in a few minutes. Thank you. Oh.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I
Bye.
just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
Okay, welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles. My name is Mercury Rising, and today we are talking about my new book, Men in My Bed. True Love is Hard to Find. And I have a guest. My guest is Rotimi. Rotimi is a dear friend. I've known him for a few years, and he bought the book and he loved it. He has some mixed emotions about it, so he's going to share his thoughts and feelings about Men in My Bed. Rotimi, welcome.
Thank you.
So, go ahead and tell me how you felt when you read the book.
Well, it was a lot of different feelings, when I started reading the book. Because the title itself, Men in My Bed, was something that was totally different when I saw the title. I thought I was going to be reading about, people, eggs, and everything that is therein. However, it became something, it created a different emotional state for me when I started, when I delved more into it. Because I started reading into what the family structure of the writer is. And it made me to understand that it's not just about, the men in the bed and the sensationalism. I started seeing the personality and the emotion involved and into what makes the person to be who she is as a writer. And connecting these dots changed my own emotional state because I would go from sometimes being angry to just being very, very attentive and at the same time just expecting the sensation to just happen. So who is this new man? But it is not the new man that I'm seeing now, but sometimes how another person treats the other person. And the abuse caught my attention because I wouldn't want my own child, my own grandchild, to be treated in that way. So it gave me mixed emotion.
So would you say it was an eye-opener for you?
It was an eye-opener.
So when you said he was an eye-opener, and I'm sure you recall what age she was, how did that make you feel when that adult grown man and that child at what age she was and what he did to her?
Oh, I was very, very mad. Because I'm being recorded, because I know I'm on the public radio, I don't know what I could have, I do not want to say what I could have done if she was my own child, or my sister, or a member of my family, because that was not right.
So do you believe or think those things still happen today?
Absolutely. Because we still have insane people who do not have any conscience on how to relate to any other person. Okay. People that you cannot trust. Absolutely, yes, it still does happen today.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing with me when we talked about it, your feelings about the part of the book that you had finished reading during that time, and it was very heartfelt and emotional to hear you explain your feelings to me about the child and the adult man and the traumatic event that she went through at such a young age. So, did you finish the book yet, Rotimi?
I'm actually halfway there because, see, interestingly, as much as I want to finish it so fast, I don't see it as some book that I have to finish fast.
Okay.
Because I'm hanging on to each and every word.
Wow.
And the scenario as they happen. And because of that, that's why it's taking me a long time.
Okay.
Because, see, the opener was the abuse that I saw. And the social justice in me and then the human rights activist in me kicked in because I saw it as a case
Right.
that needs to be prosecuted.
Wow.
And then so that's why it's taking me this long to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you finish it, I'll be looking forward to your critique of the whole book.
Yes, I would love to, give my own summation of the book.
Okay.
And thank you so much for the opportunity to share part of the life of what is happening to another person.
Right. Well, I appreciate your take on it, and then I didn't ask that many men to buy the book that I knew, but I trust in what you would probably give me back after you read it. So I'm very thankful that you bought it, and I'm very thankful that you continuing to read it. So would you recommend it to your friends and anybody else to read?
Absolutely. I've actually recommended it to a whole lot of people. And interestingly, when I tell them to go and buy the book, Men in My Bed, all of them are thinking about the sensationalism. I tell them it is not the sensationalism. Just read it for the content itself.
Yeah.
Get an understanding of the content, and then you'll be able to now decipher on your own what you can come up with as a conclusion. Because for me, I thought it was the sensation, and then when I read it, other feelings came in.
Right.
And so I tried to explain to my friends that I've recommended the book to. That take your time, buy it, take your time, read it.
But it has some very heated, intimate sessions as you, I guess, when you get to like page probably 134, and from 134 to the end, it's basically about intimate relationships and the things that those couples, or that couple, it's those couples, that they went through. And a lot of it was, something that she looked forward to. I'll put it like that.
Well, again, different people will read different things into whatever they, whatever they are consuming. Personally, this touched me from the human rights perspective, and then the fact that I saw a crime being committed right from the beginning. I saw injustice right from the beginning. I saw the effects of crowd and crab in the barrel, on a young child that should have been protected. And I saw the strength and the hand of God in somebody who turned out to be an adult despite all this abuse. And all these feelings combined together is something that is very personal to me because I was, you know, I was raised to be a protector and not an abuser of any other person. I want to protect. I want to be there to be of help.
Right.
And so I cannot tell for any other person how they will perceive this and, you know, what they see. Even the sensation at the end of the day, going towards the end of the book, like you said,
Right.
I may not even see it because my judgment is already clouded with the other things that happened in the past. Because I'm thinking now from my position as a public health professional who studied human behavior, what made these people to commit all the things that I saw as crime, that I saw as an abuse,
Right.
and then looking at it also from a Christian perspective, the effect of God touching someone in people's life.
Right.
Those are the things that I see. And except someone is coming from my own angle, they may not read it that way. And except I'm looking at it from just pure sensationalism, I'm, you know, which is not going to be because I'm already tainted right from the beginning. So that's my perspective on it.
Okay. Good perspective. So, you've been around the author, the writer, Mercury Rising, for a number of years. How did you think she turns out?
I think it turned out very good, you know, because depending on who reads it, they may be able to learn a whole lot from it. Learn about trust,
Right.
learn about changing their own behavior, and learning about not judging people
Right.
just on facial appearance, and looking at it and not looking at things from just sensational point of view, but being able to read intimately. For
Right.
me, that's what I took out from this.
Okay. Great. Wow. So when you finish reading the book, I'm gonna ask you to come back again, so that you can give me the synapse of the intimate part,
All right?
the learning lessons from the relationships part. So
Yes.
do you,
I would love to do that.
you would love to do that? Okay. Well.
Yes. I would love to talk about the short man and the tall man.
Oh yeah, that short man was real funny. He is real funny, but it's
Yes, and the doctor that I read about in the book.
Dr. Goki, yeah.
Okay.
5'2", Oh, with a suit and a bow tie. Yeah, I remember him very well. Well,
All right.
okay, Rotimi. Well, thank you for coming and being a guest. And I'm going to look forward to next couple of weeks talking to you about you finishing the book.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. And best of luck.
All right.
God bless.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. And we'll be... We'll be right back.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives. Today's world exposes our youth.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness? So many Black lives incarcerated.
Sorry, leave me a message.
I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body, driving me crazy. I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body.
Okay, welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles. I'm Mercury Rising, and today I'm talking about my new book, Men in My Bed, True Love is Hard to Find, Bedroom Chronicles. I have a guest on the phone, Fatima. She bought the book, she read it, she loved it, and she's going to give us her opinion. So Tima, can you welcome, first of all. Can you tell us what you got from the book so far that you've read, basically how you felt about it, what emotions came about as you was reading it? What part did you find most interesting?
Hi. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi. Well, Miss Mercury, I really enjoyed your book. It's quite an inspiration. And I thought the book kind of made me feel close to the characters. Like I know some of those characters.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. So when you say you know the characters, what do you describe it for me? What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is, while reading the book, while you're describing each character in your book, I felt like I knew a person of that character.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the tragic part, when growing up in the rural South and the experience of the little girl before she was 7, or from 7 to 12?
Well, that part was very touchy for me because growing up in a small town, people look at that as a norm. And a lot of black families don't really talk about things like that, and it's like a hidden secret in each family. So I felt pain for that child going through that phase of their lives and not having no one to really talk to about it or be able to go to someone and let someone know about what was going on with them. So it's very touchy.
Okay. So can I ask you a question? Do you have children?
I do. Yes, I do.
So what would you do, or how you think you would feel if one of your kids or multiple of your kids came to you and did tell you what happened to them? Are you that type of mother where your kids would come and talk to you about it?
I believe I am the type of mom that my kids can come to. I've always told my kids, no matter what, who did it, I don't care. Let me know, and I will take care of it.
Okay.
So I do. My kids talk to me about mostly everything.
Okay. That's wonderful.
And they feel comfortable coming to me, you know, telling me things that bothers them or whatever emotions they're going through. They have no problems coming to me.
Okay. It's awesome. Sounds like you a marvelous mother. So did you complete reading? Did you read the book entirely?
Not the end. I got most, because it's so good. It's like I don't want to put it down, but I got to put it down because I got kids. You know, you got to take that time out to really get into the book. And I want it to be like in a quiet place, you know, drink my little wine, and you know, so I could be in the mood, in the mode of the book, you know.
So, girl, you got you some wine?
Yes.
So, y'all hear this? Buy the book. Men in My Bed, True Love is Hard to Find. Bedroom Chronicles. Get your favorite drink, whether it's wine or Hennessy. Lay back in a quiet spot and read the book. You will really enjoy it, if you can get through the first 32 pages. So, Fatima, you want to give me, or please give me, your perception of the relationships that you got to so far.
My perception of which relationship?
Well, let's talk.
You have quite a few
talk about Doc. Hey, talk about Doc. Talk about Doc.
Well, that's an interesting man, that Doc. I haven't met a Doc in my life yet.
See, everybody might need one, though.
I do agree. Everybody can use a Doc in their life.
So,
but the most relationship that I liked was the Joe.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I like.
All right. So, what did you like about the Joe?
I liked our relationship because y'all had an understanding that you both agreed to. So there was no coming in between unless someone did something outside of what you all came to an agreement with.
Right.
So that's the relationship I like.
Okay. Yeah, Joe was a pretty good relationship. I like that. Me and Joe used to play this game called Truth or Consequences, where we would get up on a Saturday morning, he cooked breakfast, and we sit at the table in the kitchen, and we just tell each other the truth of whatever little bad or extra good thing we did with somebody else when we felt that it was a point that, okay, she did something or he did something and I need to know what it was. So He told me the truth, I told him the truth, and we suffered the consequences. Now, the consequences was that I had to do something to him, or he had to do something to me. We could not get mad, and it was always a sexual act. So, truth of consequences was very beneficial. So,
yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Very good. So, what's the second relationship in the book that you would consider talking about?
Doc.
Okay. I thought Doc would have been the first, but I like that you chose Joe first. But tell me about Doc. What do you think about Doc? What's your take on Doc?
It's kind of hard to say. I'm still thinking about Doc. I'm actually sitting thinking about what is Doc up to now.
Huh.
Hello?
Yeah, well, the last thing I heard that, and this was just yesterday, I heard that Doc is supposed to be getting married in August.
Oh.
But in my bones, I don't think that might happen. But prove me wrong. But go ahead, girl.
So, Miss Mercury, can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Okay, I would like to know, even though I read the book and I could kind of figure it out for myself, I want to hear your words. Who was your best lover?
Who was my best lover?
Yeah.
Who was the best lover? Out of the men that's in the book, the best lover would have to be. But best lover initially would have to be Doc. But now I did a little recycling between October of 2019 and March of 2020, and I learned how to have patience with a patient lover. So, with a patient erotic lover, because in the beginning I didn't like the slow pacedness, but then after I spent more time with him from October until March of this year, then it was different, but everything was on my terms. So, you know, I had some policies in there, like there was not going to be any the intimacy was going to be based on my specifications. So there would be no penetration. It would be no use of your penis. So it was just a lot of magical foreplay. And out of that magical foreplay, I learned how to accept his patience as for being a slow lover. So, and he learned how to be satisfied without using his penis, though, or the vagina. So that's how that rolled. But so I would say overall, Doc, but Jimmy coming to a close too. Now, but Doc got energy. Doc was the type of person that you're going to change them sheets on that bed because they're going to be all wet up. When y'all come in, he's going to take my shoes off and rub my feet and ask me how my day was and give me a kiss on my forehead. Love that kiss on my forehead. And when he get off from work and he comes over, then I'm gonna have his breakfast ready because this is 7 o'clock. He worked 12-hour shift, 7 o'clock in the morning. I have his breakfast ready for him. So, well, it's time to go to a break. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Michael Kyle, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I
Bye.
just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
Welcome back. Hope you're still with us. Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles. My name is Mercury Rising, and today I'm talking about Men in My Bed, my new book. True Love is Hard to Find, and I have a guest. My guest is T. So T was just telling me about her favorite character in the book, which was Joe, and her second favorite character is Doc. So now she's gonna give me a little bit more of her perception of Doc. Go ahead, T. T?
Hi.
Hi. So you can continue to tell me about Doc, or continue to tell us about Doc.
Well, I would like you to tell me more about you and Doc's situation.
Tell you more about what?
You and Doc's situation, because I'm very intrigued by that.
You're very what?
It's interesting. I want to know more.
You want to know more about Doc?
Doc.
Okay. Well, I met Doc on a travel trip, and I don't know, it must have been around 2014. I think it's 2014, 15, somewhere back there. And Doc, I knew Doc's brother. So when we got to the event, the brother said, well, you know, my big brother's coming. Is it okay if he go with us to dinner? I was like, sure. Is he married? And he's like, no, he's not married. I said, cool, let him come on. So we met up at this restaurant. It was a group of 6 of us. And Doc called his brother and told him he could be like 10 or 15 minutes late. So we all just ordered our meal and stuff. So I had like a salad and some sweet tea. And there was an empty chair in front of me. So everybody else had someone else sitting in front of them. So then I see this tall 6'7" man come in, had a t-shirt and shorts. And I was like, wow, he is tall. And whoa, he was tall. So then he walks over, and the brother says, oh, this is my big brother. And I was like, wow. And I looked up at him like he was a giant. So then he sat down in the chair that was in front of me, and then we just started talking. So I was like, well, tell me about yourself. I don't know what got into me. Something just got into me. Like Joanne just asked this strange man. Oh, Mercury just asked this strange man all these questions, and I was drilling him left and right. So, but first I got the important questions out of the way. Are you in a relationship? It's like, no. Okay, gotta ask, are you married? Are you married? He was like, no, I don't have time to be in a relationship. I'm a very busy man. And I said, well, how busy are you? And I officiate games. I coach my sons. I go to my son's game out of state, and I have my own little camp. And I said, oh yeah. Then you work a 12-hour shift. I was like, wow, you are busy. So I said, so tell me about yourself. And he just sit there looking at me, and I was like, I'm just like I was interviewing him for a job. So he just politely with a smile answered all of my questions. He's like, what you want to know? I say from A to Z. So I didn't, so I had already gotten the important questions out of the way. You wasn't with anyone and that kind of stuff. So he had to go to a soccer game that evening. So then I gave him my phone number. No, we went to the commissary, and he was tall enough to reach on top of the shelf and got down what I wanted from off that particular shelf. Just had some nuts and some fruits and stuff, and then we walked around a little bit and talked, just jive talk, I guess you could say, and we kind of hit it off. So then we exchanged numbers, and he called me about 10 o'clock that night, and we talked for about 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then I had to get up to go to class by 7, so I told him we could talk some more when I get out of class, and then I invited him over. And so I was in this town, I was in Charleston for 5 days. So that was day 1. So day 2, he comes over, because we were staying at the Hilton Garden Inn in Charleston. And he comes over, so I took my shower, and I like to wrap up in a big towel around me, a big towel on my head. And I had already went to the store and got this long, gorgeous wig, and it was popping, but I took it off, so I just put the towel on my head. So then he called, and I said, yeah, you can come on over, but I still kept my towel on. It was, I guess I had some other things going on in the back of my mind that I wanted him to do, but I wasn't gonna lead on that I wanted him to do it. So he came over, and I sat on the bed with my towel wrapped around me and my towel on my head, and he sat in the chair, and we just talked. We talked some more about our kids, work, and oh, how beautiful I am. Thank you very much, Doc. And so then I invited him to stay, because we was talking. Now it's after 11. I said, well, you know what, it's some extra towels in the bathroom. You can take a shower and you can stay if you like. And he said, you sure about that? You trust me? And I said, yeah, I know your brother. So then he took a shower and he stayed. So I said, but this is the sleeping arrangements. You got to always bring that up, the sleeping arrangements are. I learned this from my great-grandmother. So the woman, so you got the bottom sheet, you got the top sheet, you got the blanket on the top, or the cover, the duvet, whatever you want to call it. So I slept under the sheet, and he slept on top of the sheet so that our bodies wouldn't touch. So that I kept on my towel around my body, and I kept on my towel around my head. But, girl, he's so tall. When he laid in that bed, his arms was like this, from one side of the bed to the other side of the bed. And I just laid in them arms, honey, and my mind was just talking to me, telling me all the stuff that I should be doing, other than just laying there in his arms. You know, the mind is something else. So it's like I was fighting myself. No, girl, don't let him. No, girl. But he wasn't trying to. Girl, so it was like, girl, you're going to lay here, and you're going to let all this luscious man just lay there and do nothing. And I just laid there. And I went to sleep, and he didn't even move. I mean, he didn't move at all until it was time for him to get up. So I said, that probably was uncomfortable for him, and it probably was that he just didn't want to wake me up by moving, but I slept in his arm until 5:30 that morning. It was time for him to leave. So then we made arrangements for this next day, which now is day 3. So day 3, which I'm only going to be there for 5 days. So girl, I mean, I was anxious, I was happy, I was feeling good. My body was waking up to these feelings, and it was like, Joanne, come on. You ain't had none in a long time. Go ahead and let the man do his thing. Like, both of y'all at a certain age, you don't know what's going to come tomorrow, but tomorrow's not promised to you. Why wait? So, honey, day 3. So, day 3, he comes over after practice or whatever. And then we go through the same thing again, and we talk some more. And then my mind and my body's talking to me, because look, I had to calm old girl down. I was like, look, we're not doing this. I don't care how hot you get. I don't care where the moisture coming from, but you just go sit right here in these towels and be a good girl. So then I sat on his lap and we talked some more and showed pictures of family and just did the same thing again, just went to sleep. But honey, on day 4, couldn't take it no more. So he said, I just want to show you what I could do. And I was a little scared and like, damn, I said, okay, you can show me. So I let him show me. And he showed me what he could do, and he could do. So then at the end of at the beginning of the morning, way into that 5:30, 6 o'clock the next morning, sister girl was feeling mighty fine. So, and he just did a little do. He didn't do the whole big do. But day 5, we did the whole big do. And I was so mad with myself. I was like, I was here for 5 days. I'm at the age where I shouldn't be waiting because tomorrow is not promised. So why did I let 4 days pass by when I could have had 5 days of this instead of just 1? So that's how we started off. And we had a nice long talk about relationships, and of course he said he didn't have time for a relationship because he's so busy. But I got him to basically, I think I got him to kind of compromise with me with a little bit. So where I did most of the work, because I needed to get away from Atlanta. So I liked the 5-hour drive to Charleston. And when I went, I stayed 2 days, 4 days, and it was good for me. That was my go-to thing. It was my relaxation. It was my everything I needed at one time in one spot. But I just had to drive to it. And it didn't bother me at all. I had good music all the way. I had specific songs that I played, and Cowgirl was one of my favorites. He was always available. He never said no until this one time he said no. And I don't know why. So he said, first he ghosted me for 30 days. And then something happened in between that. I think when he ghosted me, I thought he was done. You still there, T? T?
I'm still here.
Okay. So he ghosted me for those 30 days. So I thought, you ghost me, you done. So I'm not, you ain't call, you ain't text, nothing. So then, this other guy was interested in me, someone I had known for 15 years. So then and he was someone that I was spending time with off and on, but it was a different type of relationship. So that's how that is. But it's time to say bye. So thank you, T.
No, thank you, Miss Mercury. I really enjoyed your show today.
Okay, thank you. Don't forget to join next week. Next week, Thursday, 6 p.m., Bedroom Chronicles. We can finish about Doc. Thank you, T.
Bye. Thank you,
You.
Miss Mercury.
Thank you. Whew.
not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I
Bye.
just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.